During a long weekend, I found myself creating coloring pages for my kids. They loved to color, and I wanted something fun to keep them entertained. I even accidentally found a little trick to create unique coloring scenes for them to color and do some activities, but I'll come to that later. Now I opened Canva, and what started as a simple activity turned into something much more engaging and creative. Not just for me, but for my kids too. Hi, I'm Arun, and welcome to my channel Tech Library, where I create videos on books, productivity, design, and everything around them. And in this video, we will dive into how I created these Halloween themed coloring pages. Let's get started. I'll cover details like page dimensions I used, file format I exported to, the paper type that worked best for printing, and how to stay within Canva's content licensing policies. I used Canva to create this, but you can also use designs and fonts from sites like Creative Fabrica because they come with commercial licenses, so we can even sell these commercially on Etsy or other marketplaces with confidence. If interested, you can get it just for $1 for 30 days or just around $47 for a 1 year all access deal. The links are given in the description. Anyway, I started with a blank 8.5 by 11-inch document. This is perfect for printing on standard US letter or A4 size paper. I used A4, but more on that in a minute. Next, I began searching for Halloween related images on Canva. So some of the keywords I used included cute Halloween ghost, Halloween pumpkin outline, happy Halloween, black cat outline, and so on. Now here's a pro tip. If you want a shortcut, I have put together a list of more than 53 Canva search keywords that I found and used while creating these coloring pages. You can grab the full list on my Gumroad page for a small fee. Along with the keywords, I also added Halloween image ideas and scenes, famous Halloween phrases you can add using outline fonts, which give kids extra spaces to color within. Again, all these resources are linked to in the description if you're interested. Now, once I had the images, I arranged them in a way that was easy for kids to color. I kept enough distance between pictures so they wouldn't overlap or get confusing. Now here's a fun little trick I stumbled upon which I mentioned at the start of this video. While dragging an image, I accidentally hit the Alt key on my keyboard, which duplicated the image. It was like a light bulb moment for me. I used this technique to create more options, flipping and rotating and resizing them to create new designs. This technique is great for adding variety, like to create some activities too, instead of just having coloring pages, like flipping images, changing sizes, or even creating spot the difference activities by placing other small elements within the picture, like you see here. You can get creative by adding things like rocks, grass, stars, bats, the moon, spider webs, doodles, anything that adds to the scene. I also missed adding a dotted line for the name field below so the kids can put their name once they finish their coloring. So you can add that as well. Honestly, your imagination is the limit here. Here's another tip. You can make your designs more engaging by including elements that interact with each other on the page. Here's what I mean by that. You see these cats and bats here, the sparrow here, the candy pots here, this boy and the girl here, and these dinosaurs here. They all seem like they are interacting or engaging with each other or other characters in these scenes. It adds depth and makes the coloring pages more fun and memorable for kids. Plus, combining multiple elements helps you comply with Canva's content license agreement as well, which says you can't use pro content as standalone items. Adding a combination of elements to create an original design keeps you in the clear. At first, I thought I would make 30 pages, but after 20, I was exhausted. You can make as many as you want though. When I was happy with the final designs, I clicked on share and then download and chose PDF print option. Not the standard PDF. Trust me, the print version is much better for high quality images. So now for the printing part. I took my excited kids to a local print shop with the PDF in a pen drive. I needed a paper that was thick enough to prevent color bleeding. But since my kids love using crayons and colored pencils, I went with the simple 70 GSM paper. But if you are using markers or watercolors, I would suggest going for something heavier like a 180 GSM or more. You can even get them on Amazon. Again, links are given in the description. Once we got the pages printed, my kids were excited to start coloring them. They started coloring at noon and didn't stop until night time. It was amazing. But now I have to create more pages for them. If you want to give your kids or grandkids the same joy but don't have time or patience to create these coloring pages by yourself, check out these coloring pages I just released on Etsy. You'll find the link to purchase them in the description. I hope they bring as much fun and joy to your family as they did to mine. Take care. I'll see you in my next video.